Atlantis. You guys, this is my very first time in the Bahamas, let alone Atlantis, and we are super excited to be here. We are in the Coral Tower, which I will admit I was a little bit apprehensive about because I have heard that it's a little older, a little more shabby like they said, but quite honestly, so far, no complaints. Let's do a really quick little room tour and I'll give you a little bit more information about why we're here at the end. So first and foremost, as you walk in, you do have a really spacious closet, which I was kind of surprised about. You do have the safe here as well, of course, because you are at a casino resort, so you got to make sure you have somewhere to keep your money safe and comfortable. Again, very spacious. I'm really impressed with this, and the sliding doors are great as well. The bathroom area. It's actually not a bad bathroom at all. You have a very spacious vanity. I would like to have had dual sinks, especially given the fact that you do have two queen beds in this room, but quite honestly, it works. This Gilchrist and sorry, I'm gonna butcher this one. Gilchrist and anyway, I have seen this before in other resorts and other hotels before. It's probably one of the, not high end, but higher end, I guess, for, this type of environment. Decent amount of storage space in here as well, which is nice. The shower I'm not crazy about. It is a tub shower combo. It looks like they have done some renovations in here. It does look pretty clean for the most part. The bathtub is very low, and it does have some signs of its age. There's some marks and spots and stuff, whatnot here and there. But honestly, all in all, it's really not that bad of a bathroom. Let's show you guys the rest of the room. You come into this area here where, maybe you're just getting ready and you just want to have a quick little cocktail or something in your room before you head out, or you've got maybe some work to do and, you're on vacation, but maybe it's more of a work vacation. So this is a good place to get that done. I appreciate, you guys know this, a place that has a coffee machine, but not only a coffee machine, a Keurig. So they have the Keurig, but they also do supply some of the K-Cups, which, stupid me, I was actually gonna bring some of my own, but the fact they already do supply them, and from what I've been told, they do replenish them every day, so that's really good to know. Upon check-in, you will also receive one of these. This is a reusable water bottle, which is nice because that way you can, obviously there's water stations in the hotel as well as all around the resort, so they will refill this for you for free with fresh water, so that's good to know. You also do have the mini fridge, which is nice as well, because maybe you have some leftovers. Like tonight, for example, we are going to be going to Carmines for dinner, which I've never been to before. All the years of going to Vegas, Atlantic City and New York, etc. I've never once eaten at Carmines, so we are going to go there tonight. Good thing we guys got the mini fridge because I've heard the portions are huge. The beds, so we've got two queen size beds. They do look like a smaller size queen if I'm not mistaken, but a little on the harder side. That was just a bit of a surprise. But anyway, we'll see how it goes tonight. We'll see how the sleep is and we will let you guys know a little bit later. One thing that Cody pointed out, which I hadn't noticed at first, but I'm really impressed with, is the amount of USB plugs there are. So literally every outlet that we've seen so far in here, over there on the bedside, there's just tons of USB outlets everywhere. So if you got to plug your devices in or something like that, perfect. This area over here, you've got a decent sized TV. You've got a decent amount of storage as well. I mean, you're literally in paradise. This is Paradise Island, literally paradise. How much TV you're gonna be watching in your room? Probably not very much, but it's here in case, maybe the weather's bad or, maybe before you go to bed, you just wanna throw some TV on. You're gonna have a bit of a hard time hearing me out here, but this quite honestly was a big shock to us and probably the piece de resistance to this room. So I am gonna speak up just because, as I said, it's outside. You are gonna catch some of the wind. We are at the end of the hall, which means we have this beautiful, follow me, wraparound terrace. The views are phenomenal. I was a little disappointed that we were on this side of the building and not the other side, just given the fact that I know that the ocean is going to be over there, but you can still see a little bit of the ocean over there, as well as the marina area. This is where a lot of the shops are. I believe Carmines is over there as well. So it's still a pretty fantastic view. I'm not mad at it at all. Let's go back inside because I gotta take this thing off. I'm hot. All right, you guys, so we actually just got here not too long ago. It was about a 3.5 hour flight from Toronto, so really not that bad in all honesty. Our flight was at 7:30 in the morning, so we got up around 4 to be at the airport for around 5. Checked in, everything was very easy. Even at the airport, everything was pretty simple. There is an app to download. I feel it's called Exempt. But for some reason when we did that, they still made us fill out the paper forms. But anyway, we'll get into all that stuff later. We are actually here invited from Caesars, so we are not paying for this room. We are paying the resort fees, which I believe are about $50 to $60 in a night, depending on which room you're in. But anyway, I will get into all that stuff later. We literally just got here. We want to explore. This place is enormous. It's our first time here. I'm gonna get in my bathing suit or something because I'm on fire right now. Let's check with you guys in a bit. So there really is something everywhere so far. We literally just got out of a hotel. There was a pool right away. There was some stingrays, some turtles. Now all of a sudden we're in a cave with a bunch of tanks around this aquarium vibes. Anyway, crazy. Just sharks, turtles, everything. Really impressed so far. This place is massive. All right, you guys, so we had a little bit of a walk around, went around basically the resort. My slides were killing me, so walked around barefoot for a while, so I've got the Flintstone feet going on. But yeah, I had a quick little walk around all the shops. I walked around outside, the casino, everything. Very nice so far. Very overwhelming, very huge. Tonight we are going to the Marina area. We're gonna have dinner at, We're gonna have dinner at Carmines, which again, I've never eaten at before. You know, the million times I've been to Vegas, you know, the times I've been to Atlantic City, New York, etc. We've never eaten at Carmines. So I'm not even really sure what to get because I do eat a lot of Italian food during the week that like, it's not something I typically go for when I'm, you know, choosing to go for dinner, but heard nothing but good things about it. So finally gonna try it. So not sure what to have anyway. Leave your comment below. Let me know what you guys usually have when you guys go to Carmines, just because I'm really not sure what to order. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna have a little shower, freshen up. We are already really tired. I go to bed right now and it's like not even 5 o'clock yet, but you know, early morning and everything. So anyway, we will check in with you when we are in the Marina area. Heading to Carmine shortly. See you there. All right, so word of advice, it is freezing in Carmine, so I would suggest wearing jacket, sweater, something like it because it is very, very chilly. So just something to consider. So I'm filming myself because Cody thought that we were going to share the booth today, so we're sitting together. But yeah, as I mentioned, it's very, very cold in here. They brought us some nice bread with some oil, with some different like garlic and things like that. Really, really nice. That came, you know, right away. Delicious. Their patio is probably the best bet for weather like this because it is so freaking cold in here. Huge restaurant. Very nice in here. Anyway, we're gonna check out the menu. We ordered some mango margaritas to start with, just because I've been drinking tequila today. I don't like to mix too much, and we'll go from there. All right, so impressions of Carmines in Atlantis. Now, bear in mind, I've never eaten at a Carmines before, so this is going on fully what I experienced today. This is also our first sort of major meal, I guess, in a sense, in Atlantic City. So, or sorry, Atlantis, not Atlantic City. So I'm kind of just learning the ropes a little bit, trying to sort of figure out, I guess, the etiquette and the, you know, overall style here. I will say the service is not the best. As my grandfather would say, there's no salt and pepper. So, you know, there's no personality with the service. You know, you can see them sometimes trying, but not quite hitting the mark a little bit. But anyway, whatever. Food-wise, again, I'm very picky when it comes to Italian. My grandfather's Northern Italian, so I'm very fussy when it comes to Italian food. So we ordered, Cody got the meatballs. He said they weren't the best. Huge portion. I think it was like 6 giant meatballs for $26. Then we ordered the garlic and oil, or aglio olio, as you know, Italians would call it. Again, not the best. It was almost creamy, which didn't really make a lot of sense for a garlic and oil sauce. Again, not very good. We had angel hair. Not that big of a plate for, you know, what I thought was going to be a massive portion, a family-style portion. I don't know. To me, again, I have never eaten in Carmines, in Caesars, in Vegas, or any other properties before, so I didn't really know what to expect except big portions. That's all I kind of knew. And I'll be honest with you, after that experience, I wouldn't be in a huge hurry to go to another location, such as, you know, Atlantic City, New York, Vegas, even though I'm sure they'd be probably better there. It still was probably not my favorite meal, if I'm honest. But anyway, first meal in Atlantis, in, you know, the Bahamas. First sort of experience at Carmine, so, you know, testing the waters anyway. So I think we're gonna sort of walk back through the marine area and sort of marina, whatever you want to call it, and then probably maybe check out the casino a little bit. Yeah, just want to give you guys a quick update. That's sort of my thoughts so far.
Sorry, I did want to also mention when we went in, Cody asked them for a glass of warm water because, like I mentioned to you, it was absolutely freezing in there. They brought us a bottle of aquapana, which we didn't order. So we did tell them after the fact that we didn't actually want the aquapana, but they kept on the bill anyway at a charge of $10. So, you know, considering nobody actually wanted said bottle. Anyway, on top of that, the one thing I'm kind of getting used to still is the automatic gratuity, and then the suggested additional gratuity. So they automatically charge you, I think it's 15%, and then at the bottom of the bill they'll also suggest you give them an extra bit of gratuity. So, you know, whatever your bill's going to be, just keep that in mind as well. Our meal, we had 2 drinks, that bottle of unwanted aquapana, the spaghetti, angel hair pasta, and the meatballs, and it came to about $135, and then plus they still suggested an additional tip on top of that. So it is not cheap here, and if it was a good meal I probably wouldn't be complaining. Just leave it at that. Good morning, campers. So we have, I guess, day 1 under the books now. I don't know if you can consider that day 1. It's a travel day, right? But we did get here relatively early. So like I said, we spent the first day kind of just walking around, exploring. There's so much to see. It's a bit overwhelming, to be honest with you. Had dinner at Carmines, which was kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. And then played the casino last night. So Cody ended up winning quite a bit. I did not. But I will say the drinks definitely kept coming. Like, they were very generous with the drinks, and, you know, to the point where there were like multiple servers who were coming by the section at a time kind of thing. So it's not like in Vegas where, you know, it takes a while to get a drink sometimes. Like, not only did the waitresses keep coming by quickly, the drinks came fast too. And when you asked for a double, they gave you a double. So by the end of the night, I was feeling pretty good. Not so good today though. But anyway, we'll survive. Thinking today is probably going to be a beach day, just to sort of hang out, get some sun. And tonight we do have a concert to attend, which has apparently been moved inside into one of the ballrooms. It was supposed to be outside, but they're saying because of the wind, they moved it inside. So gonna find out, because I still don't have tickets for that. So I'm a bit concerned that, yeah, I don't know how it works. This is obviously our first time here. So anyway, we are going to probably have, we just had some coffee, probably go downstairs soon, hit the beach up, get some sun, check in with you in a bit. All right, so we just finished on the beach. You can see behind me right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Weather was perfect. You will get a lot of people coming up to you trying to sell you things. You know, it's up to you if you want to buy things off of them. We got offered everything from Dr. Feelgood. So, you know, you can imagine what that was. Drinks, t-shirts, bracelets, the usual. So we just brought our own drinks. I had my Yeti with me, so we put all of our, you know, drinks and things like that in there, kept it nice and cool. We brought some water with us, so, you know, make sure you stay hydrated. Other than that, felt pretty fine on there. It was nice. We're gonna check out some of the pools, I think, walk around a little bit more. So there's beautiful Atlantis behind me here. This place is huge, but honestly, we are having the best time, loving it. See what the rest of it brings to us. Okay. So this is why we don't let Cody pick the restaurant. So we went to Shark Bites. Menu's a little small. Everyone's saying how expensive things are. I haven't really noticed it too much. I mean, it's not cheap, but, you know, we do go to Vegas a lot, so these prices aren't a complete shocker to us. Cody got a Corona. I think it was like $8. We got some, what were they called? Crab cakes. 2 tiny crab cakes for like $18 or $19, something like that. So, I mean, whoops. I just blew it. Yeah, not the best. I just wanted something small, but that was like beyond small for us to split. So we're gonna head back over to closer to the beach, where they do have some other little quick eats things. You know, like shrimp, coconut shrimp, and like pretzels and whatnot. So we're gonna head over there, see what they've got, maybe have another small bite from there, and then head into the lagoon area. All right, so we ended up going to Pisces, which was where I originally wanted to go, because they've got a lot of like just easy, quick things to get. So we grabbed some conch fritters, a bunch of fries. Everything was only $18. I mean, is it cheap? No, but it was cheaper than the crab cakes we got from the other place. So we're gonna mow these down. I've never had conch before. I think it's probably gonna be like clams or something, maybe. Anyway, we'll see how it is. Okay, so the conch, delicious. It was basically like a doughy little deep fried ball with probably like potatoey, doughy, bready type thing with a little bit of the conch in there, which I guess is sort of like a clam. Pretty good. The sauce was nice. Everything kind of went well together. The fact that they had the fries too. I would recommend going to Pisces if you just want to get like a quick bite versus like going over to, where was that place again? Shark Bites. Shark Bites was not cheap. But again, it depends what you're in the mood for. I wanted something just a quick, grab and go type thing. Shark Bites seems more like sit down, have them serve you, which I didn't really want. Anyway, just an option. We are gonna go check out the lagoon in the middle, chill in there for a little bit, get some more sun, a little swim in the salt water, enjoy. So this little lagoon area is perfect if you just want to have that sort of feel of being in the ocean without actually worrying about like the waves and sharks and stuff. There are some like little fish, like minnows. Well, probably not minnows, but probably like a minnow type fish. I think there might be actually like some kind of a miniature flying fish. But otherwise, you're not really bothered by anything in here. So it is kind of nice just to sort of still get that sort of ocean vibe without necessarily being in the ocean. You can see there's like a lot of kids around here. Nice, very nice. We're gonna go dip in here, cool off a little bit. All right, so this little lagoon area was all fun and games. I didn't mind the fish. I didn't love the fish, but I didn't mind them. I could tolerate them until we had an overly confident little crab decide to come and hang out with us. He did eventually leave, which made me more nervous because then I couldn't find where he went. So anyway, just keep that in mind if you are hanging out in this little lagoon area right here. It's right in front of the main tower, I guess. There are some fish, there are some wildlife, and there are even crabs. So I don't know, I'm used to being in Vegas where it's like a different kind of crab you're worried about getting involved with. So anyway, something to keep in mind. We are gonna head over to the coral pool. We've seen it, haven't hung out in there yet. Gonna see what it's all about. So we are now by the coral pool. The water is super cold, but there's a cool little bar in the middle if you want to get like drinks and whatnot. But yeah, the water is really cold, especially compared to like the ocean. I might do a quick little dip in just because I have been sweating all day and I haven't really got fully covered yet. So I might get myself a little bit more soaked and then probably head to the room, shower, freshen up, all that stuff. Maybe take a little midday nap. We've been in the sun all day. We'll see how we feel. Sorry, it's very sunny out here. Back in the room, had a really nice time by the beach. Went to that lagoon area in the middle, hung out by the pool for a little bit. Just a really nice all-around day. A little rosy. Hopefully I'm not burned. Hopefully this settles into like a nice tan, but we'll see anyway. I think we're honestly just gonna hang out in the room, freshen up a little bit, maybe even have a little snooze. And we've got that concert tonight. It starts at 7:30. So this weekend it's a whole concert series. Tomorrow, for example, it's Lionel Richie's concert. It's like and friends sort of thing. So tonight, I believe, I can't remember the first person's name, but it's Vanessa, Carlton, and Chic with Rodgers. Tomorrow is the big night, I guess, with Lionel Richie headlining. You've got Sheryl Crow, and somebody else that I can't remember. So anyway, we're really excited about that. As I said, just want to make sure we have the energy for tonight. So I think we're just going to hang out in the room a little bit. Honestly, all in all, really enjoying my time here so far. Like, definitely mixed things. I have heard, that the hospitality here is not the best, and I've seen that in certain times. There's certain places we go to where people are really nice, really friendly, and there's sometimes you go to buy something, like when we went to Pisces, and you almost feel like you're bothering them, and I don't really like that. You're supposed to be a very hospitable place. Like when we were on the beach, they were super friendly, super jokey and fun and everything. But yeah, something just changes, I guess, depending on where you go, or who knows? Could be people having bad days. Give people the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, whatever. Anyway, like I said, gonna chill for a little bit. This could end up being a very, very long video, or it could end up being that I end up splicing it into multiple videos. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this. This is a long vacation for me to make a video out of. Usually, if I am somewhere for longer, it kind of ends up being multiple videos, or usually it's only for a couple days, so I can kind of manage to slice it enough. Anyway, we'll see how this turns out. For now, I'm gonna try to dry off because I'm just in the freezing cold pool. Gonna have maybe a quick shower just to freshen up and just chill. So talk to you soon. All right, so we did end up having a little cheeky nap. We're just having some tequila, which the first bottle is almost already done, and we brought 2 bottles and they're both kind of almost, Anyway, let's not get into that. The concert has been moved inside, which I'm kind of bummed about because I was really looking forward to seeing the show on the beach. But anyway, we are gonna go downstairs. Lisa's Camille located downstairs. I'm gonna check out the show down there. So it's in one of the ballrooms. I forget what it's Imperial Ballroom. So like we do a lot of things, like a basketball thing not too long ago there. Anyway, I'll try and film a little bit while we're in there. Stay tuned. legend. Legend. That show was so much fun. I am filming right now. That show was amazing. We were very cheeky and we decided to sneak to the front row towards the end of the show. Best decision we made all night. The drummer told us to do it, so it's okay. But like, best decision we made all night. Now Rodgers came right to the end of the stage towards the end of the show, was shaking everybody's hands, taking pictures. Like, what an absolute legend, what an absolute gentleman. I've seen him now. This is my third time seeing him. I saw him the first time, I think in 2016 or 2017 with Duran Duran. Saw him actually earlier this year in Toronto with Duran Duran. Again here, what a phenomenal show. What a legend, what a gentleman, what an amazing performer, icon, legend. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, that's been the end for us for tonight on day 2 at Atlantis. We are headed, I think, to the casino because somebody over here has decided that he needs to spend some more money. So anyway, we're gonna head to the casino, see how we do in there, and probably get to bed. So check me out. Rise and shine. We are in the Bahamas still, and figured we'd get a quick little bite. America runs on Dunkin, and so does the Bahamas apparently. So we just walked. It's about a 4-minute walk from Atlantis. Yeah, it was fine. It took a long time. Island time is definitely no joke. There was absolutely no hustle at all. It took maybe about 15 minutes or so to get our breakfast sandwiches. Yeah. Anyway, it's funny. Yeah, we're just walking back to the hotel now, I think. Yeah, we'll go that way. Okay, we'll walk back to the hotel now. Probably gonna do another beach day for a little bit. Maybe check out another beach, like where we say Cove. Probably like the Cove Beach, for example. Or anyway, one of the other beaches. We are just walking back now, though. So yeah, that's all. Okay, same day, different sunglasses because you know, gotta do it. We walked over to the Cove. Cove, yes, Cove. Walked over to the Cove. It is absolutely gorgeous. There's like water everywhere. You got like palm trees, and it's just gorgeous. Very peaceful, very serene. Kind of wish we stayed here, but oh well. The coral has its charms as well. Anyway, we are still trying to find a beach for Cove. I think we're almost there. We've been walking around for a long time. There are shuttles, but I did want to walk around, kind of get some exercise. Also, just taking all the scenery. So, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. I think we're close though, so we'll update you when we get there. Okay, we finally made it to Cove Beach. It was a bit of an ordeal. We apparently went a bunch of the wrong different ways. Ended up in pools we weren't supposed to be in. Ended up with towels we weren't supposed to have. It very much is a class system here. So if you are, you know, staying in, for example, Coral like we are, you know, we're not allowed to use the pool at Cove, which is understandable. We just didn't know we ended up in there. So anyway, good to know. We were just hanging out here for a little bit. It's very hot. Probably gonna take a dip soon. How's the water, Cody?
Beautiful.
The water's beautiful.
So nice. So refreshing.
Alrighty, I'm probably gonna jump in soon too, actually. So the Cove, beach area is definitely a lot more peaceful, a lot less people, you know, bothering you to try and sell all kinds of things, whistles and whatnot. So it's a lot more peaceful, a lot more relaxing, very sweaty, which is nice. One thing is, obviously, there's a lot more seagulls though, because you're close to the resort. You do get the music from the resort too, which is nice, because over in the other beach area, you don't really get that. So yeah, very nice, very relaxing, very fun, good vibe. Really loving it here. Okay, so we wanted like just a quick bite again. We ended up back at Pisces. We wanted to try the coconut shrimp. I was actually really impressed that they literally got the shrimp out, you know, dipped it in the coconut batter and all that stuff. It's not just some frozen stuff that they're trying to hawk at us. So I was kind of impressed with that. We're gonna give it a try, see if it's any good though. You know how it is. Okay, so it's very hot, but it was very good actually. The batter doesn't stay on very well, it does fall off, but they give you like a sweet caramel like dipping sauce. I feel like one thing I've noticed is the food here does kind of lack a bit of flavor. Not a lot of seasoning. Even the fries, for example, no salt or anything. A lot of blandness.
It's because they're cooking for like.
I didn't say it. So we decided to go on the other side of Atlantis, where the little beach area, the lagoon is. It's again very nice until I saw the jellyfish. So yesterday we saw the crab on the other side. This time I saw a jellyfish. So I think I might stick to the pools, to be honest with you. All right, back in the room, freshened up, showered, all that fun stuff. We did another little walk down to the stores back there. Let me, show you where they are in retrospect. So they are right around there. I know it's a bit foggy. It's about a 4 or 5 minute walk. It's really close actually. That's where we had Dunkin' Donuts this morning. There's a little convenience store there where we grabbed a few bottles. Honestly, everyone keeps talking about how expensive everything is here. Maybe because I'm just, like, I go to Vegas so often that nothing's really phasing me anymore. I got 3 bottles this size. These are the 591 milliliters, sorry. We got the Bahamas Goombay Punch. We got a ginger beer. And just for good measure, we got some ginger ale. These are just for mixes, for some tequila. All that, 3 bottles came to $4.95. They were $1.50 each. Now, if I were in Vegas, I'd probably pay $4.95 for one of these. So quite honestly, I don't think the prices are that extravagant like people are trying to say. On a side note, this Goombay Punch, if you've never had it before, this is my first time. Delicious. It's like candy. It's very sweet, but it's really, really yummy. Anyway, we also did go downstairs and grab some pizza from the Marina, which is just downstairs, just outside of where we are basically. Haven't tried it yet, but we are going to a show tonight again. Last night, I really wanted to get some pizza or something after the concert, and there was nothing open, so figured just to be safe, grab something now. Yeah, just to be on the safe side to make sure we've got something to eat a little bit later. Let me show you these pizzas. All right, oops. So the first one, we got a cheese, which, look at that little cheese pull from the box. Smells good. I mean, both these pizzas I think are about $7 each. Can't close that, I'll close that in a second. And then we got a pepperoni, which looks pretty burnt. So luckily that one is Cody's. Anyway, we are gonna hang out in the room for a little bit. We have the show coming up in a couple hours. Yesterday we felt very rushed, so at least this time, you know, we can chill in the room for a little bit, have a couple drinks, then head to the show. So we're gonna relax for a little bit, hang out, head to the concert, give you a few little snaps while we're in there as well. I don't want to make this video too long. I don't know how long this video already is going to be. We still have one more full day here tomorrow, then we go home on Monday. So I will, you know, kind of give you our little snippets of what we get up to, what we do and everything. But yeah, see you at the concert. Alright, last, I guess, full day in the books for today. Well, not in the books, it's happening today. Concert yesterday was super fun, made some awesome friends. Tessa, Cecily, and Katie. So, shout out to them for that newfound friendship. Anyway, I think we're gonna go hang out by the pool for a little bit because we do a lot of beach days. Figured it's good to just have a nice little pool day, relax, get some sun, get some cold water. Pretty cool. Looking a little rosy. Anyway, we just got back from the pool. Skipped breakfast, had kind of like a late breakfast / early lunch. Went over to Pisces Grill again. Honestly, good place if you want to just gonna grab something and go. I was gonna get a pretzel, but I thought I gotta try the cracked conch. So that's like basically they get the conch and sort of batter it, deep fry it, served with like fries, and it was like a curry mayo. It was actually really good. Apparently conch is like super good for you. Apparently it's like very low in fat, low in calorie, high in protein. Really enjoyed it actually. So we had that with some fries, and quite honestly, neither of us were that hungry. I just thought we should have something, you know, we're out in the sun, we're having a couple drinks, like have something in our bellies. So we just split that. We had more fries left over, like it was more than enough for us. Pool-wise was great. The music was fun. They were playing sort of like local style music mixed with some sort of top 40 in there. So it was fun just to sit by the pool, listen to the music. Mixed crowd for sure. You know, every sort of age group was there. You had kids, you had older people, and you know, a bit of a mix. Everyone just had a good time. What I really liked is they had some day beds right by the pool that they don't charge you for, which I'm very not used to and very shocked about, to be honest with you, because you know, in Vegas, for example, sometimes you even have to pay just to have a regular, you know, day bed, basically. So these were like nice, like large round ones. Cody and I both laid on it, had the towels on there, and oh, excuse me, laid on there for quite a while. Definitely burnt my forehead. I can feel that it's a little toasty. So brought some aloe with me, so I'll be spraying that on there. But all in all, good day so far. It is our last day. One thing we did talk about doing, which we have yet to do, is leave Paradise Island and go over to like Bay Street, where they have some shops. They've got some different restaurants and things like that to check out. Heard there's a Gucci store. Actually, we drove by the Gucci store. I definitely want to check that out. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna get ourselves a shower, get changed, go over there pretty quick though, because we do have dinner reservations at 5:45, I believe, at Jose Andre. I think it's Jose Andre's Fish. It's supposed to be very good. It was a toss up between there and Nobu, but we figured let's try Jose Andre. I've heard, you know, very good things about fish, so let's check that out. Anyway, gonna put some aloe on my face, have a quick little rinse after my, you know, pool and everything experience. Let's see if we're brave enough to check out Bay Street and leave Paradise Island. All right, so that was extremely overwhelming. We hopped in a little van almost, who said he was gonna charge us $5 to go and head to downtown where Bay Street is, you know, the straw market, all that area. Definitely always check with your cab driver for the price first. This guy, as I said, because he was could carry multiple people, he said $5 each. We gave him 6. I don't know if that was good enough or not. Anyway, another family joined us as well for the ride, so he seemed to take a long way. Took us a while to get there. Of course, as we get there, Gucci's closed, John Bull's closed, like everything that we wanted to go to was closed. I was extremely overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been anywhere like that before, so you know, my vacations, I don't typically do like the islands, so to speak, right? You know, obviously you can see if you're on my channel at all, a lot of it is like, you know, Las Vegas, places like that. So this was a little bit different for me. I went to Punta Cana maybe like 4 years ago, but otherwise I've never done like you know, besides like Florida and things like that, I've never really done like these sort of quote-unquote tropical type of vacations. Anyway, so I was extremely overwhelmed. I didn't know what to expect. It was just a bit sensory overload with the cruise ships there, with people trying to sell stuff. I was uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie, and I just wanted to get the hell out of there. So found a cab pretty quickly once we realized these stores were closed, because you know, people were shouting at you, trying to sell you stuff, and I don't know. I just not being familiar with the area as well, I just felt uncomfortable, so I just wanted to go. So anyway, we luckily enough found a cab. He charged us $17 to come back. He paid the toll coming back as well. Like, we didn't charge us the toll. I just gave him a 20. Again, I don't know, maybe that wasn't enough, but he was really, really nice. Again, we asked him before we got into the cab how much. He said 17, so we just, yeah, we went with it. I just wanted to get out of there at that point. Anyway, we are back in the room right now. We have reservations tonight for Fish, as I mentioned. It's our last night. We got a pack as well, which is kind of a bummer. We got a pretty early, well, not that early. I think our flight's around 12 tomorrow, but I think for some reason they're picking us up at 8. I don't know if that's too early. To me, it feels like it is, you know, considering the airport's only about a half an hour or so away from here. But anyway, they must know something that we don't. So we're gonna lull in the room a little bit, maybe start packing our stuff up a bit, and get ready for our reservation at Fish. So touch base with you in a bit. You guys, I am absolutely stuffed right now. I'm sure Cody will probably say the same thing. We just got back from our dinner at Jose Andres Fish. We are staying, as I mentioned, at the Coral Tower, so we did have to mission all the way to the Cove Tower. There are shuttles here, but I don't mind the walk. To be honest with you, we almost canceled this reservation. Neither of us were very hungry. I find that when we're on vacation, the two of us, that we don't tend to be very hungry because you're maybe having a snack here and there, you're drinking, it's hot. It's just the last thing you want to do is have a big meal. So we were very close to canceling this reservation, but we thought, you know what, it's our last night. Let's have one last hurrah and go to, you know, keep a reservation and, you know, go to Fish. We were disappointed with that first sort of introductory meal at Carmines, so we thought, you know, let's keep this reservation and have something good to eat. We had no plans tonight because the last 2 nights we had concerts, and yeah, tonight we had nothing. So we thought, yeah, let's just maintain what we got and see what happens. Now, you know me, usually struggling to, you know, find something to eat. Well, actually, let me start off by the walk. So we did end up walking there. Probably took us a good 10-15 minutes. It's a walk. It's a bit of a trek. Everything on this property is just absolutely massive. So if you are planning to walk, give yourself plenty of time. We did not do that. We almost missed our reservation, to be honest with you, but we made it just in time, maybe a few minutes late. Got in the restaurant. Weren't sure really what to have, to be honest with you. Like I said, neither of us were particularly hungry. Couple different appies caught our eye, like the lobster roll, the shrimp, things like that. That's typically what I like to go for. But yeah, didn't really know what to get. So we thought, let's keep it simple and start with our drink. Cody ordered us a flamingo daiquiri, which, you know, typical daiquiri. I think it's about $18. I didn't find it particularly thrilling. It was good, but, you know, would I pay $18 US for it? Debatable. My margarita had that like sea foam on top. It was almost like a salty, foamy. It was interesting, actually. I had seen other people try that before, and I thought it seemed like an interesting thing to try. It was interesting. Again, you know, was it worth the $18 price tag? It was very small. Again, debatable, but you know, you expect to pay a little bit more when you are dining in a restaurant like that. Now, again, we did struggle on what to order. You know, we ummed and ahed a few different things, and again, we thought, last hurrah, let's do it big. So they had 3 different tasting menus. The one that we chose was the fish tasting menu. So, you know, it was a pretty extensive menu, but we thought, you know, let's give it a try, see if we can handle it. You do get 3 apps to start with. So the first being the ceviche classico, which has leche de tigre, sweet potatoes, red onion, corn, and cilantro. We also had, at the same time when they brought that, they brought us the tropical conch salad, which has tropical fruits, green pepper, tomato, onion, and sour orange. I'll be honest with you, when I saw ceviche on the menu, I was a little bit apprehensive because I don't have the best track record with ceviche, and I am a little bit still apprehensive because I do have a flight to catch tomorrow morning. But one of the last times I had ceviche, didn't go well. Let's just say it made a very quick reappearance. And that was actually in Las Vegas, of all places, at Joe's. And I'm not faulting Joe's for that. Ceviche and I just don't always get along. The conch salad was still pretty good, though. I mean, both were good, I'll be honest with you. Both were tasty. Both were nice. A nice, refreshing thing to start with. Then they brought us out the shrimp. Now, these were the sauteed shrimp mojo negro. This had shallots, chiles, poblano pepper, lime, sweet aged black garlic. There was a lot of flavor to these, almost too much, I would say, but they were good. There was a bit of a spice to them, obviously from the peppers, but almost a bit like of a saltiness too. Maybe it was from the black garlic. I don't know what it was. They were very tasty, but they were a little bit maybe too tasty, I will say. Now, to backtrack for a second, I did forget one thing we had, which was the gazpacho. That was the first thing they brought us. It was like a little shot of gazpacho. This was served chilled, obviously, with tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and croutons. This was very refreshing. I really, really enjoyed it. This was probably one of the standouts for us, sadly enough. This little shot of gazpacho was really good. I almost wanted to put a little bit of vodka in there and have like a miniature Caesar or something. They were really, really good. They then brought us the miniature lobster rolls, which are one thing that we actually were both kind of eyeing on the menu, so I was really happy that this was included in this tasting menu. Now, this had butter poached lobster, pickled celery, Old Bay, mayo, espuma, and potato chips. These potato chips were like Miss Vicky's, like what would you call those, kettle chips? Very nice. The lobster rolls were very, very buttery. It was almost like eating like buttered popcorn. It was really tasty, nice and small, a good size, really. After that, they brought us the conch fritters, which were very, very different from the conch fritters that we had the first or second day over at Pisces. These were they were deep fried, but they were more of that like crispy outer shell, almost like a donut, with the inside being very creamy. Almost a little bit too creamy. Again, you know, when you're having that much food that's sort of fried and just when they're bringing more and more and more out, and especially the two of us weren't all that hungry, it was a little bit too much, I think. But they were good. Cody didn't finish his. I did, just because I was just, you know, feeling it. It was good. Now, I am forgetting something again. The first thing they brought us out were the cheddar rolls. These were like cheddar biscuits or whatever. Basically like what you get at Red Lobster, but like heightened beyond. These were delicious. They brought 4 of those out, nice and warm, with almost like a sweet like honey butter. Oh my god, these are delicious. That alone probably would have been fine for me. Just a couple of those and a nice cocktail, I would have been happy. But yeah, they were really good. At this point, I think Cody and I were both pretty full. I mean, the fact that Cody didn't finish his conch fritter and I didn't step up to the plate was a sign that we were going to be in trouble, because we still had our mains and our desserts. So they did bring the mains out together. One was a blackened halibut, which is grilled over wood fire. We had like an olive tapenade, tomatoes, and like a caper salsa. It was really good, but I'll be honest with you, once they brought it out, I knew that I was going to have to throw in the towel. I had a couple bites of it, and yeah, I couldn't. I tried to offer some to Cody as well, but he was in the same boat as me. He was done. Unfortunately, the other thing that they did bring out, which is a bit of a surprise because this was the fish tasting, was some jerk chicken. Now, the jerk chicken was served with jasper roasted with fingerling potatoes, sweet corn, and bell peppers. It looked really good. Cody didn't even touch it, and I understand. Like, I didn't touch it either because I don't eat chicken, but he couldn't even touch it. It was just so full. He did actually try potato. He said it was nice, you know, with the sauce and everything, but it was just way too much food for us. Like, at that point, we had basically thrown the towel. You know, I debated kind of pushing myself and going on, but it just was not a good idea because I would have regretted it later for sure. Even right now, like, without even finishing everything, I'm still uncomfortably full. We did finish the grilled asparagus that they brought us with the romesco sauce. It was really nice, very tasty, but again, had to kind of force it down just how full we were. Now, he did mention that we did still have dessert on the way after we asked to pack everything up, which we, you know, agreed to definitely try and make room for. One being a key lime pie and one being a banana cream pie. Now, the key lime pie was typical, you know, the graham cracker crumble, toasted meringue, still really good. Really, again, light, refreshing, delicious. I was worried when the desserts were coming because we were so full, but everything came out and it was delicious. The banana cream pie though, you guys, it was caramelized banana, vanilla cream, cookie crumble, and like a mojito sorbet. So it was, again, very light, super refreshing. This banana almost was like a creme brulee, right? Like, it had that nice, like, crackly, sugary crust on top. Super delicious. Really enjoyed that. If I was to pick one over the other, it's a toss-up because they're both really good, but I think that, like, that banana was just so unique that I would probably pick the banana. It was just really good. Now, all in all, you know, with the total of the bill, with the 2 drinks, all the food, the tasting menu and everything, it came to very close to $300. Is it worth it? I think it's debatable. Everything here, you know, with the gratuity and everything, it does add up very quickly. Like I said, neither of us were particularly hungry. I didn't expect as much food as we got. It was definitely a lot of food. Like, when they brought the jerk chicken and the halibut out, I did not expect it to be as big as it was. They were like full-on entrees, and we'd already had a lot to eat before that. So I was very surprised how much food we were actually getting. Had I known, I would probably have not gotten it just because it was just too much for us. I mean, it's our last night as well. If this was one of our first nights, we had the mini fridge in the room. We could have just thrown, you know, our leftovers in there and eaten it, you know, later on or even the next day or whatever. But, you know, we have an early flight tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna get to eat these things, and to me, that's like absolutely like gut wrenching. I'm upset the fact that we may be wasting this food. Like, it's horrible, but it was just way too much. If you are thinking of going to this restaurant, I would say, you know, be hungry. For sure, be hungry. Decide maybe in advance what you guys are thinking of having. The tasting menus are a great option to try a bit of everything, but they are a lot of food. We ate way too much, and like I said, the fact that we are going home tomorrow, I'm really upset because, you know, the fact we have all these leftovers. So I would say keep that in mind. Maybe have this on one of your, you know, earlier nights. That way you still have time to eat your leftovers. Or, you know, consider eating maybe just a couple things off the menu and not doing the full-on tasting. Unless you are really hungry, you do have a good appetite, maybe you haven't eaten all day and you've sort of been making room and saving it, that would probably be another recommendation. After that though, just anecdotally, we did take a long walk back. We walked there through the casino and through the inside and everything, and then we walked back like along like the beach and the water area. It was really nice, and it really did just show how massive a property this is. Like, we had no idea. But anyway, I just wanted to go over the dinner mainly. I didn't want to get too much into any of the other sort of aspects of the property or our experience. We are, you know, just getting ready to pack up. This is unfortunately the tail end of our trip. We're on our last night. So we are going to go downstairs, play for a little bit in the casino, just sort of one last hurrah. And then I guess we got to come back and pack up. And at that point, I will give you guys my absolute final thoughts of the whole trip. Again, there's just so much to include, so much to think about. I know I'm going to leave things out, so I'm going to do my best to sort of gather my thoughts of just the whole, you know, 4 days that we've been here, and hopefully be able to give you guys a very sort of quick and sort of thorough rundown of our whole experience here. So anyway, that being said, we're going to go play a little bit, get packed up, and check in with you in a bit. All right, we finished at Fish. Now we are looking at Fish. We are in the dig. It's like our first time actually walking through this. We've been here for, 4 days now. So yeah, we're gonna check out Dig. Okay, good evening, campers. And I know that's not what you're used to hearing me say. Usually, I'm doing these in the morning, but we have a pretty early flight tomorrow. Well, not that early, it's like noon, but we're being picked up around 8 o'clock for some reason. So figured rather than rushing tomorrow morning to try and get this done, I'll do it tonight. If anything pops into my head, I will, add it later on. But I think I've done a pretty good job for the most part of keeping you filled in throughout, with giving you updates, kind of giving you a sort of feedback of what we're doing, things we learned along the way, etc. So my goal is to not make this too long, but, I've said that many, many times before. I did kind of tell myself that my goal for, I guess, next year is to make my videos a little shorter if possible, because I know they always end up being like 20 to 30 minutes. This, I don't think, is going to be one of those short videos, unfortunately. I mean, we are here for 4 days. We got here on Thursday morning, afternoon-ish, and we are going home on Monday morning. So almost 4 full days. Not quite, but just about. So there's a lot to cover. And this is our first time here at Atlantis and in the Bahamas. So there's just so much to talk about and to experience. And it's hard to kind of fit that into such a short video. So I'm going to definitely do my best, like, cutting things where I can and shortening things where I can. But anyway, just brace yourself. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Atlantis is somewhere that I've always wanted to go. Now, I am not typically a beach vacation, pool vacation kind of guy. I mean, you've been following the channel, you see me a lot in Las Vegas, in Niagara Falls, in I guess more casino kind of towns, not for any, specific reason. I'm not even that big of a gambler. It just kind of ends up being that way. So this kind of vacation is not typically something that is on my radar. That said, I've been told by multiple people for many years that I would probably really enjoy Atlantis because there's a lot more to do. It's not just sitting on the beach, sitting by a pool, etc. That said, as I've gotten a little bit older, I do value that. So I did actually really enjoy doing that this trip. I've only ever been on one all-inclusive before, and that was Punta Cana. We went to Dreams Palm Beach in Punta Cana about 4 years ago. Otherwise, I've never done all-inclusive. I didn't want to. I didn't really have any interest in doing it. This is not all-inclusive. Atlantis is not a cheap place. Everything you do costs money. So it is a little bit different in that aspect, but I will kind of lump it into that whole like beachy, islandy kind of vacation. I know a lot of these smaller resorts will have casinos, but this is like a legitimate casino. This is like a nice casino, tables, good machines, etc. So it really feels almost like you're in Vegas by the beach. So I mean, getting right into it, is the spot right for you? I definitely think this is good for someone like me who maybe isn't so keen on just going up to a place and just sitting by a pool for a week or two, or sitting on the beach for a week or two, because quite frankly, I get a bit bored. I mean, we have been doing that, don't get me wrong, but we only are here for 3 days. If I was here for the full week, would I want to get up and do that every day? I mean, maybe, because like I said, as I've gotten older, I'm okay with just kind of chilling a little bit, but I do like having the option of things to do. I like that there's some shopping to do on the resort. I like that there's, lots of different dining options. I did not go on a single slide or anything related to the water park, and I know you guys were thinking I'm absolutely crazy for that, and perhaps I am. I did want to try that lazy river, which I've heard is not so lazy. I heard it's quite aggressive, but anyway, I did want to try that. Didn't get around to it. Yeah, maybe I am nuts, because I know people spend like tons of money to be here just for like a day pass or whatever, just to go on those different rides and attractions, and yeah, we didn't do a single one. But I mean, you also have the casino at night. I also really, really love the fact they had some pretty big name people here doing a concert, and I know that's not all the time. So you can't expect to come to Atlantis and all of a sudden Lionel Richie just happens to be playing. That kind of was the sort of outcome for us. We didn't plan to come because he was here. It was just kind of like me checking out, okay, well, what's happening during that time? Oh, Lionel Richie's there, that would be fun to go to. So it was just sort of like that. We didn't come here for it. It just kind of landed in our laps. I think the next performer they have is going to be Maroon 5 around New Year's. So it does seem like they do have big names every once in a while, but as I said, don't think that when you come here it's just going to be a big name here. So in terms of nightlife, like, I don't really know a whole lot more there is to do besides like obviously dining, the casino, things of that nature. But otherwise, unless you are happen to be here when there is a performer here, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of other nighttime things to do. I think it is more so like somewhere you want to go and hang out during the day. And of course, if you're a gambler, check out the casino, etc. Now, the biggest takeaway I think that you can sort of get from this video is how we stayed here for free. And I mean for free. We flew here for free. We are staying here for free.
minus the resort fees, but you know, there's no escaping those. Basically, the biggest piece of advice I'm going to give to you is to sign up for as many rewards and players cards and any types of incentive, you know, rewards programs that you possibly can. So we booked this through an offer we had with Caesars. We didn't even know we had this offer. We just got diamond status through Caesars not too long ago, and just by chance I was reading over, you know, what some of the you know, things you can get from that status, and one of them happened to be a stay at Atlantis. So we thought, okay, hang on a second, is that legitimate? So looked into it, yes it was. So we thought, well, let's book. Like, we literally booked this 2 weeks ago. Like, that's how fast this came to us. So we looked at some flight options to see what would make sense. Called, they gave us a couple dates that would work for them as well. We booked the flights. The flights were also free. Now, the flights were free through my Aeroplan rewards. So, like I said, any opportunity you have, sign up for these reward cards. I will also say, if you have the option, try and get a credit card that gives you some kind of rewards, if you will. So, mine, particularly for, you know, my business, is through it's an Aeroplan reward card. So I collected Aeroplan anyway because I used to do a lot of traveling in a past life for, you know, the kind of work I was doing. So I signed up for an Aeroplan card just to sort of get those points and whatnot. And of course, if you go shopping in certain places or, you know, use certain gas stations, etc., you can get points. So that's sort of how I got to where I am now and was able to pay for all the flights and everything just through Aeroplan. Didn't pay a penny. The only thing also on top of that, because of my particular credit card, we didn't have to pay to check our bags. We also got that for free as well. So look into different rewards and incentives and things you can do. Now, also keep in mind, I'm not here to tell you to sign up for a bunch of credit cards, because I mean, that's not also the best advice to give you. Double check as well, because some of these will carry annual fees and some of them can be quite hefty. So, you know, I think some of the Hilton ones even are, you know, can have annual fees of like couple hundred, even more a year. So definitely look into that, because you don't want any nasty surprises at the end of the year finding out that you owe, you know, a certain amount just to carry this card. So definitely look into that to see, you know, what makes sense for you, for your lifestyle, what you're trying to accomplish as well. Like, I have another credit card through President's Choice in Canada here, so I get, you know, things for like groceries and whatnot. And quite honestly, it probably wasn't the best one for me to sign up for, because I don't buy a lot of groceries, to be honest with you. We do eat out way more than we probably should, but yeah, probably wasn't the best one for me to get. But anyway, just on a side note, look into what sort of suits your lifestyle. If you like to travel a lot, look at something that has maybe you know, whatever country you live in, like if it's a certain airline that's partnered with a different credit card or whatever, take advantage of that, because you just never know. The other thing is, do your research. So like I said, we had status through another casino. Through that casino, we were able to match to another casino. We just did some reading and, you know, who matches to this casino, found out who matched, and then we matched to that casino. Then, you know, we sort of played what they call the merry-go-round of matching to different casino sort of organizations. So, you know, whether it be Caesars, MGM, Hard Rock, etc. Do your research, find out who matches to who, and, you know, don't hesitate to ask. Because, for example, with Caesars, we weren't initially able to do a match. Any Caesars property we tried, and it just so happened that when we were in Atlantic City, I believe it was Caesars in Atlantic City or Tropicana, one or the other, they actually agreed to match us to our MGM status. So it doesn't hurt to keep asking. You know, you never know. Some places may decide to just match you or give you some kind of, you know, anyway. So anyway, long story short here, don't be shy. You know, look into who's going to match your, you know, whatever rewards you currently have. And not even just casinos. It could be anything. It could be, you know, a different maybe airline. If you have a hotel rewards with, say, like Hilton or IHG or whoever, see if they'll match them, you know, Wyndham, etc. Quite often they'll match as well, and, you know, that'll offer different incentives. For example, if you do have status with Wyndham, I believe at least the retirement score in this video, it could change, usually does. Your Wyndham can get you status with Caesars. So again, look into these things, do your research, you know, check message boards, things like that, see if they can offer you any help. Another big thing I will also say is, don't be shy on social media. Like, I learned a lot about this particular trip through Facebook. So going on Facebook groups and asking questions, and, you know, you will get some people who are kind of, you know, sarcastic and, you know, obnoxious, but don't, you know, let that ruin your time. Like, ask questions,
do some reading. Obviously, situations like this, watch videos on YouTube. It's been a huge help for me to learn different things about not only Atlantis, but just a lot of other trips and places that we've been on, because, you know, chances are if you have that question, somebody else has probably asked it as well at some point. Which also leads me to my next point, that if you guys have any questions, please do not be shy. Ask them below. Like I said, you know, if you have that question, there's a good chance that somebody else probably does as well. So it's a big help to other travelers. It's also really helpful to me, because any interaction you have obviously with my videos, you know, helps with the algorithm. So if you're liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, any of that stuff is a huge help for me. On the topic of subscriptions, if you could please consider subscribing to my channel as well, that would also be a huge help. There's a button right there. Totally free for you, big help to me. Like I said, free for you, helps me keep delivering this free content to you, so I would really appreciate it. So I know this has been kind of like a weird end of the video. I mean, usually I sort of recap the trip and kind of go over everything, but like I said at the beginning, I really do feel like for the most part, I tried to kind of give you all the information along the way, to not, you know, have to do this big lengthy outro. But like I said, if I have missed anything, I'm gonna try and add it in later, or if there's something that you guys want to know more about, again, please do not hesitate to ask below. You know, I'll be honest, like I said, we got here on Thursday. It is now Sunday night, getting ready to leave Monday morning. My brain is kind of fried right now. We've been in the sun pretty much in this, you know, beautiful weather now for 4 days, so yeah, I'm a little fuzzy right now. But anyway, thank you so much for coming to Atlantis with me. Big thank you to Atlantis for having us here for the last few days. It's been, you know, amazing. It's been a lot of fun. We've really enjoyed ourselves. Definitely want to come back here and, you know, explore more. That's sort of one other piece of advice I will give you. Do your research, because this place is massive. It is so huge. It is so overwhelming. There's so much to see and do at every corner of this property. And it's, you know, we just happened to be walking back to our room today and found a bunch of pools that we didn't even know existed. Like, it's just, it's incredible. It's very overwhelming. So just, you know, do your research. That's all I can tell you, I guess, at this point in the game. Anyway, thank you again. Once again, it's been Daniel with SpotWright. We'll see you in the next one. Viva Atlantis. Bye.